At the heart of the government's seat of power, Hussein called for peacefully transforming Syria into a democratic state. It was in June 2011, just a few months after Syria's popular uprising began. It was the first time in decades that the opposition was allowed to make such a public statement. Hussein is the head of Building the Syrian State, one of the few opposition parties tolerated by the government. On Wednesday, however, he was arrested at the Syria-Lebanon border. His party said it shows the government is not interested in sharing power.
What's important is the behavior of the regime and what they really want. As I told you, it's clear that they don't really want to go for any kind of political solution, any kind of political agreement.
In his most recent media statement, Hussein said, "The regime is breaking down. The state needs to be saved through a political settlement. The regime must be replaced with a coalition from the regime, opposition, and other parties." Syrian authorities accused Hussein of, quote, weakening the national sentiment and the morale of the nation. He wasn't the first member of the so-called tolerated opposition to be detained over the years, but his arrest coincides with plans by Russia to work on forming a transitional government. Earlier this month, Russia discussed resuming the peace process with the United States. Moscow said Washington agreed that other opposition groups, apart from the internationally recognized Syrian National Coalition, could take part. But so far, there has been nothing official. And for the internal opposition, another conference will not change anything.
This behavior of the regime, as I told you, means that he wants to be by himself, on him, and he don't want to participate with anybody in Syria. He wants to be recognized from all the international community as a member in the coalition against terrorism by himself without any kind of political agreement.
That is unlikely to happen. The US-led coalition doesn't consider Damascus a partner in the global fight against the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant. At least, not until the government of President Assad realizes that any future political settlement to end the conflict has to involve members of the opposition. Zeina, Khodr, Al Jazeera, Beirut.